Hey, good morning, Maria. I'm back with another video. It's 8:38 a.m. It is March 24th, and it is Tuesday, I believe. Yeah, I think it's Tuesday. Let me just double check on that, because sometimes, yeah, every day is the same, so you lose track of time. It just kind of all merges into one day. It just seems like. But anyway, so I'm up and ready today, and so I'm looking for work. And, I just had this conversation last night about how difficult things are right now, especially with the coronavirus. But anyway, I'm plugging along anyway. So it's all about making effort. And I also want it to be known that it's not that I didn't make any effort or I didn't try. It's like I want always to behave in a way where you can't say that, oh, she didn't do this and she did, because I did. Okay. But anyway, so I'm looking for work this morning. And so last night after I made those videos, as I was laying in bed, which I fell asleep pretty fast after that, but I do remember the last thought that I had in my mind. I remember thinking that these people, when you're dealing with people who are stalking you, who are interfering with your work, who are imposing their beliefs or ideas or standards on you, these are people who lack empathy. Okay, they're not able to understand, you know, that number one, they are um, interfering with your life when they have no right to. And they also don't feel any remorse for the inconveniences that they cause you. So when you're dealing with stalkers, you're dealing with something dangerous, okay? You're dealing with something that is life threatening. That's one of the reasons why these things are on the books. So, like, when the very first time I made these videos and I started talking about I referenced the Bible, since these people were claiming to be God-fearing Christians. I felt that it was important for them to understand that there is no scriptural basis for their irrational behavior. So then I also referenced the laws because, Christians are supposed to be law abiding. And the only time they are to break the law or ignore those laws is if it conflicts with their higher authority, which we obviously know is God, right? So I made it very clear. Here in the United States, you're not supposed to be imposing your religion. And I understand that some people use forceful methods, such as withholding employment and things like this. I'm going to tell you, I will not relent. I am not going to change my life or my belief system because somebody is doing this to me. If something bad happens to me, then I'm willing to take that chance. Because I will tell you right now, I will not live a life that is not to my liking. Meaning, I don't want Joel or any association with his family. I just don't. Okay, and I handled this the most professional way that I possibly could. Like, before I even realized that these people were involved. I'm not to blame for this. So, and also I know that my blood relation, they obviously lack empathy. I can't, if I put somebody in this situation, if I did this to somebody, okay, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. It would have never went any further than what happened over at the farmer's place. Once I realized I made a mistake, I would have stopped the nonsense, okay? Especially when somebody made videos. I made videos I left the place in 2013. I made videos in 2015. I started making videos about this in 2015, September 2015. Once I started making those videos and I realized that I could not come up with any logical reason for doing this, I was violating somebody's rights, okay? Obviously, somebody who does not want to be a part of the family. I made it very clear, okay? And then after, when I visited my mother the last time, I told her, this is the last time you're going to see me, because I will not allow somebody to take sides with somebody that they personally know good and well that they don't have any respect for. But I don't know what my mother's problem is, why she decided to do a complete flip around on me. Because all the time she was always telling me one thing and then flipping the story around for something else, okay? I don't know if she's being threatened or whatever, but anybody who's going to threaten you in a situation like this is obviously dangerous. And why employers cooperate with this person, these people, I have no idea, okay? Obviously, these people don't mind breaking the law. I'm looking for somebody to work for somebody who respects hard work. And I know it's hard, okay, because there's a lot of jokesters, jesters, foolish people out there. There's a lot of that going on, and it's unfortunate. Okay, and like I said, anytime you put a system like this in place, you have placed the target's life in jeopardy. That's one of the reasons why I was concerned about this when I first started making these videos, because it's a very serious issue, especially since it went as far as it did, So I feel like violated. I feel threatened because I don't want any more reminders of people that I consider to be sexual predators. If I don't believe in incestuous relationships, and if I'm constantly dealing with employers bringing me in to keep me trapped in a relationship that I don't believe in, then you are accommodating a sexual predator. It's disgusting. I don't want it. Okay. So anyway, so yeah, these people lack empathy. I don't believe that I have my head in the clouds, or that I'm being unrealistic in my ways. I remember there was a lady when I worked at Edwards Air Force Base many years ago. Okay, she was another spinster lady. She was a spinster, and she went to work and came home just like everyone else. You know what I mean? And what she did on her weekends or her time off, which I don't think she was doing anything that was breaking the law. She didn't do anything. This was the way she lived her life, and I choose to be the same way. I mean, I'm not like, it's not a fad. It's just, this is what life gave me. And I resent the fact that somebody would even think that I would want to step back into a relationship with someone that would be that abusive. Okay, it's deranged. It's deranged, okay? I mean, I'm very unnerved by the whole thing. So anyway, so I understand, that these people want to control everything. They feel as though, and sometimes, I understand the employment sector is sadly corrupt, okay, for several reasons. There's a lot of ignorance out there. There's a lot of flat out corruption in the employment sector. There is, okay. I know I've mentioned before about how we have this idea that little kids are going to grow up and be something. There's always barriers there, okay? And it's unfortunate that, the school systems and just the TV media, whatever, promotes these bullshit lies, okay? Because it is a very structured system. Okay, there's glass ceilings, there's everything under the sun out there. I understand that. But, the thing is, I have to work. And I'm not trying to raise my social status in any way. I'm just trying to survive, okay? And I certainly would not try to raise my social status through an amorous relationship, okay? I don't believe in doing that, okay? And I personally, when I think about people, if I was going to raise my social status, then I would raise my social status with somebody who basically was like rolling in the dough. I wouldn't do that, okay? But I'm just saying it's like, I don't believe that my ex-husband's family is the kind of people that I want my name associated with. I don't want my name associated with them. I don't. You know what I mean? I'm divorced. And so, I believe that this Esther Gooding person is involved in my employment. I'm divorced from Joel. Okay, I know that you probably do have a lot of, what do you call it, power, prestige, sway, whatever. You got people convinced that, you can do things, you can do corrupt things behind the scenes. And like I said, if you're not involved in this, by all means, please accept my apology, but I do believe that you are. Okay? I don't know you. I've only met you like once or twice. Okay? And I'm divorced. I don't want him. That's not me saying it because, I'm so disappointed. I'm so brokenhearted. Believe me, I'm not. Okay? When I started getting a full picture of all of this sort of stuff, my view of him completely changed. It's like I don't even see him as somebody who I can relate to anymore. And that's just how it is, you know what I mean? That song, it's an old song, it's an old R&B song. There's a thin line between love and hate. There is. Okay? Now, I don't outright hate him to where I'm going to sit here and try to destroy him or anything like that. But it's just, I cannot, you know what I mean? We do live in a rough world. And, I understand that I have a lot of obstacles to overcome. You have obstacles to overcome the minute you were born with darker skin in this world. Okay, I'm well aware of that. When I was younger, I didn't think that was the case. I thought people were going to accept you, especially people who claim to be Christian. These people are going to be, understanding because they truly believe. No, there's a lot of fake Christians out there. There's a lot, and there's some people who have their own little warped spin on it and everything else. There's all kinds of people out there in this world. I'm well aware of that as an adult, okay? I understand that, people are going to judge me based on things that they shouldn't be judging me on. I'm there when I sit in front of the employer and present myself as the employer. I'm presenting myself in a form of professionally. You know what I mean? I stick to the topics. When they ask me, tell me a little bit about yourself. Some people, they veer off and they start talking about, oh, I'm a mother, I got 2 children, and my daughter's in 2nd grade. This is not the kind of stuff that employers want to talk about. Or you're not really supposed to go into that. You're supposed to talk about your professional life, okay? What you did, what you're going to do, things about you, how you develop your skills. That's it, okay? And this is what I do. And that's all I care about. All I care about. That's how I present myself. Yeah, I do present myself professionally. Yes, I do dress well for work. I mean, to job interviews. I do the best I can. I do everything I possibly can to present myself well in front of that employer. And that's it. I'm there to work, to get a job. And so when I find out, we have this thing going here, look, I don't want Joel. Okay, if I am presented, or I'm having to deal or confront these people in a physical form, okay, I will protect myself by any means necessary. And that you could take that however you want. I will protect myself by any means necessary. Okay? I may be small, I may be tiny, but I am one little piece of shit hellfire bitch, okay? Because I will protect myself. This whole issue has made me lose respect for everybody that I ever knew. Okay? My mother is old, okay? And I cut ties with her. Okay? She's at a point in her life where she could die any day now. You disrespected me. You allowed me to suffer. I needed her help for an issue that her stupid son-in-law created. She should have provided shelter for me, but no, she did? She's like, oh, I don't want to get involved in it. It's her fault. She participated. She allowed this stuff to happen. She allowed her children to behave this way. Okay? I understand. Sometimes you have to go no contact. Sometimes you have to cut people off. And I will honestly tell you, there were nice times that I had with my mother, but there was a lot of bad ones too. And the more I start thinking about it, it's like, you know what? We had a screwed up family. A very screwed up family. So anyway, I don't want Joel. I don't want any association with you. I don't want to be mentioned in the same sentence as you or anybody in your family. Okay? What some people think is respectable, I think I don't agree with. Okay? And it's not, I don't want to be in an argument with you. Although I get the feeling that you want to be in an argument with me. Because you want to, it's like, these people don't take no for an answer. It's like, take no for an answer. Because I'm stuck in it. I'm stuck in my way. Because I know that I'm right. I know it. Okay, and you can't sit here and expect me to want to cooperate with you when I've lost several jobs. Okay, I am almost 50 years old. I have nothing under my belt, all because people wiped it down, and then you're going to expect me to just smile and be okay with that. It's your fault. I'm referring to Jim Colligan, possibly Esther Gooding, and all these other people. Okay, I don't want your religion. I don't want it. Okay, you can use all kinds of social pressure. You can put a gun to my head. I don't want it. Okay, and I think God will thank me for rejecting your, what I consider beast system religion. I don't want it. Okay, nobody realized exactly who I was when I was younger. They always thought that, you know, Maria's flighty. She's got a sense. She's always goofy. Yeah, I am a very lighthearted, bubbly person to some degree. Okay, and I've always known that I had a serious side, but I don't. I prefer not to show it. You know what I mean? Because I understand when I get serious, people can get intimidated because like, whoa, you know. I've always preferred to be more laid back. But this issue has caused me to take on, or I should say, this issue has made me have to be more serious all the time, which is not something I really want to do. Life is hard enough, you know, so people need to be able to relax and just be more chill, as they call it. You know, I'd rather not be so uptight all the time, but I have good reason to be uptight, and I have good reason to be protective of myself. You know what I mean? Every time I've met with an employer, okay, and this issue is swirling around about, you know, bullshit about, oh, you know, keep her away from, you know, the opposite. I'm not interested in the opposite sex. I'm interested in paying my goddamn bills. That's it. That's the only thing I care about. Okay, and yes, I would like to have a job that I really enjoy and all this other stuff. But you know what? Sometimes it doesn't work that way. Sometimes you just get a job. And that's what I try to do. Hey, you know, I even applied to do cashiering work at a fast food restaurant. Okay, but there's obstruction. There's this shit swirling around P-Town, you know, with people thinking that I'm some immoral person. I'm not the immoral person. I didn't adopt a child to fuck them. Okay? I didn't do anything like that. But somehow I'm the one who has this bad reputation. That's insane to me. It's like, put shit into perspective, will you please? You know? I have every right to be upset. I have every right to. And I'm very upset about this issue. I don't have any responsibility to my family or anybody. I don't have any responsibility. The only person I have responsibility to is myself. Okay? And I feel a certain sense of responsibility to my son. He's a grown man. You know what I mean? But my sense of responsibility is not one. It's like, well, if he wants something, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it out of love. Because I love him. You know what I mean? It's not because I feel like this major weight of obligation or even feel a sense of inconvenience. It's because I do it because I love that person. I don't love any of you guys. Does that sound harsh? Well, you know what? When you think about what's happened in grade school, and junior high, and high school, and when I was trying to raise my son, and when I was working my hardest, and when you come in with your frivolous bullshit and create problems, you cause the workplace mobbing, the community harassment, you create all this, and then you're going to turn around and expect me to love you? I fucking hate you. There's not a day that goes by that I don't wish that Jim Culligan would just die. And that includes my brother and everyone else who got involved in this. Okay? You were wrong to treat me this way. You were absolutely wrong. And I will also say that, you know, it's funny how people, if they perceive you to be mentally off, which this is what they always say. They always say, oh, she's crazy because you're different or whatever. They always say that. Let me tell you what you're willing to do to somebody who's not capable of help with you, which you assumed, what you're willing to do to somebody that you think can't defend themselves. You're willing to bully up on a person that you perceive to be mentally unstable. Obviously, I'm not. You got it backwards, okay? But look what you're willing to do to somebody who is not able to defend themselves. You're a fucking coward. That is the lowest shit you could ever be. So I understand what this program is. I do. I fully understand what it is. Okay? And, you know, I feel as though you've taken everything out of my life. You've taken my work away from me. And, you know, when I was younger, you know, I had problems in school because of you guys. So work was my second chance to be happy. It was my way of making up for all the pain that I ever experienced. I enjoyed working. But you came and you knocked that down too. Okay, I will tell you, in my life, I have this is the only thing I care about. No, I don't care about the outside world. I mean, I care about the suffering. I care about people, being hurt. I care about what goes on out in the world. But this is what I love. My crafts, my shit, my this is what I care about. I don't care about anything else. Nor do I want to. Okay? And then you guys are so fucking crazy in your mind, like, well, you shouldn't leave this behind. I'm not leaving it behind. Does that mean that I might end up dead? Well, then I guess I'm going to die then. There are strong people who have stood up for this country, and you can think about it however you want to, but there are people who stand up for their rights and their freedom. Just like some people who ended up dying for this country, okay? I'm the same fucking way. I am not going to sit here and allow myself to be bullied by people. If that means I'm going to end up dead, then I'm going to die. Because I would rather die than live like this. I fucking hate you, Jim Culligan. I wish to God you were never even around my family. You have caused nothing but problems. And that includes Rashawn, that includes Tanya with her, I don't know, she's such a weak-minded person. Do you honestly think that I would want to emulate anything that you do? You are a weak woman to allow somebody to walk over you like a fucking carpet. You're a goddamn joke. Wake the fuck up.